The world knew Sir Roland Kane as the man who built an empire out of dust, the first trillionaire in the country. For years, he lived surrounded by luxury, power, and bodyguards, but completely alone in his heart. After half a decade overseas, he returns to his grand estate, a mansion so massive it has its own staff village. Reporters line the gates, the staff stand in formation, and news cameras capture every second of his arrival. But something feels off. Amid the celebration, he senses a quiet emptiness. He looks around for his only daughter, Tessa Kane, once the pride of his heart, now the ghost of a painful argument 2 years ago. She had wanted a simpler life, to see the world through normal eyes. Roland saw it as betrayal and cut her off. As the night falls, Roland tours the mansion. He stops when he sees a young maid kneeling by the staircase, scrubbing the floor, her face half hidden by a scarf. Something about her movements, careful, deliberate, draws him closer. Then she looks up. Their eyes lock. The bucket slips from her hand, water splashing across the marble. It's Tessa, his daughter, wearing a maid's uniform. The world's most powerful man freezes, speechless, trembling. Roland's voice booms through the hall. What is this? The staff scatter. The air is heavy with tension. Tessa stands still, clutching her rag, her face pale but unafraid. I told you to stay out of my life, Roland growls. And I did, Tessa replies calmly, until I realized I needed to see what your empire looks like from the ground. She explains how she started working as a maid months ago, cleaning the same house her father owns, to understand the value of hard work and the struggles of those he overlooks. Roland feels humiliated. You could have had everything. A company, a legacy, and you chose this. Tessa's voice shakes, but her words hit deep. I chose humanity, father. You have money, but you don't have people. You built towers, not homes. The head butler, Mr. Harris, interrupts gently. Sir, if I may, Miss Tessa has been helping us pay for staff hospital bills and food rations for months. Out of her own pocket. Quietly, Roland's face softens. His hand trembles. The mighty trillionaire, who could buy countries, realizes his daughter, living on a maid's wage, had more compassion than he ever did. But pride is a hard chain to break. He storms off, saying only, You're no daughter of mine. Tessa turns away, her tears falling into the same water she used to clean his floor. At sunrise, the mansion wakes to whispers. The trillionaire hasn't left his room. When the doors finally open, he's not dressed in his usual tailored suit but in a simple white shirt. No cameras. No guards. He gathers all the staff in the main hall. Tessa stands quietly at the back, still in her maid's uniform. Roland steps forward, his voice trembling. All my life, I measured success by numbers, but this girl showed me what true wealth is. He turns to Tessa and kneels before her, the world's richest man on his knees. I'm sorry, my daughter. I forgot how to love before I learned how to lead. Tessa bursts into tears as she hugs him. The staff applauds, some crying too. Weeks later, news headlines explode. Trillionaire donates half his fortune to launch the Tessa Foundation for domestic workers and families in need. In the final shot, Tessa, no longer a maid, stands before cameras, not as the trillionaire's heir, but as the CEO of a global charity that carries her name. Her voice narrates softly over the closing scene. I wanted to understand life without money, but I found something richer, a father with a heart. The screen fades to black. The comments section floods with tears, love, and shares. Another viral hit is born.